Chapter 12, 69, Rank 8, Miniman, Translator. Atlas Studios, Editor, Atlas Studios. Shuihu, take this. Wei Lingyang softly pointed his right hand towards Old Ancestor Shuihu. Immediately, a grand beam of light shot towards Old Ancestor Shuihu. Old Ancestor Shuihu gave a light snort as he waved his hand. A large wall of ice appeared and blocked the beam of light easily. Next, Old Ancestor Shuihu breathed out cold air which flew towards Wei Lingyang, resembling spiraling hatchets. Wei Lingyang's expression immediately changed. These spiraling ice hatchets were extremely difficult to deal with. He had already suffered from them. The main thing was, he did not have restrictive methods against them. Helplessly, Wei Lingyang could only fly back into Edgelink Camp and use the powerful defensive ability of Edgelink Camp to protect himself. Boom, boom, boom! A series of soft sounds echoed as the ice hatchets followed Wei Lingyang and smashed into Edgelink Camp. Edgelink Camp shook intensely. Large amounts of cold air spread over it, instantly freezing many of its mortal goo to death. Quick, repair the immortal goo house. Someone is injured. Heal them quickly. Activate the immortal goo house. Use offense as defense. The goo immortals inside the immortal goo house were agitated. Wei Lingyang was breathing roughly. His right hand had frozen completely. Who knew when it happened? When was I hit? Even Wei Lingyang himself was surprised at the condition of his right hand. Old Ancestor Shuihu's methods were endless, even when they were not very powerful. They were sinister and insidious, making people unable to defend effectively. Wei Lingyang had been struck by Old Ancestor Shuihu's move unknowingly and was injured. He tried several methods, but the condition of his right hand showed no signs of improving. This injury is so troublesome, Bi Chen breathed sharply. It is not a big problem. I only need to seal my right hand for the moment. I am now worried about Myriad Tidal Dragon's End. He is controlling 2 immortal goo houses and also has the help of most of the goo immortals that came in this expedition. But what he is facing is Luck Suppression, Heavenly Palace, as well as Longevity Heaven. We must rescue Ma Hongyun and Zhao Lianyun quickly and join up with Myriad Tidal Dragon, then retreat to Central Continent. Wei Lingyang's gaze flickered continuously. Central Continent's goo immortals naturally had come prepared. Although they met with an accident in the spaceless tunnel, Central Continent's accumulation was more than enough. When these goo immortals reacted, they quickly and smoothly escaped the danger. But the current situation was extremely unfavorable to them. It was already difficult to deal with Luck Suppression, Heavenly Palace. Now that they had split their forces, the decision-maker, Wei Lingyang, was facing great mental pressure. Rumble! Thunderous explosions occurred endlessly. Edgelink Camp was shaking continuously and was losing ground. Central Continent's 2 Rank 8 goo immortals were elites among Rank 8s and were qualified to be members of Heavenly Court. They were naturally very powerful. However, Northern Plains excelled in battle strength among the 5 regions, and Old Ancestor Shuihu was the strongest expert among the Rank 8s of the current Northern Plains. Right now, he displayed such astonishing offense that Central Continent's side was not able to gain the upper hand since the moment that they had started fighting him. This won't do. Treat your injuries and control the immortal goo house. I will go distract Old Ancestor Shuihu, Bi Chen said through clenched teeth. You must be careful, Wei Lingyang said to Bi Chen with concern in his voice, as he knew his injuries had yet to recover. Bi Chen flew out of Edgelink Camp and quickly used his immortal killer move, turning into a green ray of light and flying down towards the snowy peaks. Bi Chen intended to destroy the fate-reversing sacrificial refinement formation. With its destruction, Edgelink Camp would not be obstructed and could dive down without resistance, directly saving Zhao Lianyun and perhaps Ma Hongyun as well. Old Ancestor Shuihu might be powerful, but he would not be able to block Edgelink Camp's charge. Stop daydreaming. Old Ancestor Shuihu had already seen through Central Continent's tactics. He activated his immortal killer move. Immediately, endless hailstones fell down from the sky. Each of these hailstones was enormous, the size of a mound. They crashed down with loud sounds and started turning into snow monsters. These snow monsters were of at least desolate beast level, and among them were ancient desolate beast snow monsters as well. They stood on the snowy peaks and roared towards the sky. Old ancestor Shuahu suddenly took in a deep breath. Two lumps of cold air, so deeply blue that they were to the point of being black, were forming in his breath. The cold air was emitted, giving rise to a powerful blizzard. The snow monsters were like fish in water in the blizzard. They were even able to soar with the help of the blizzard. Bi Chen Chen, however, was greatly restricted. So powerful. Old ancestor Shuihu knows he cannot use battlefield killer moves inside the Gu formation, so he actually disassembled his signature battlefield killer move. His ice and snow path attainment is probably already at Great Grandmaster level. Whether it be Bi Chen Tian or Wei Ling Yang, they were both shocked at this scene. At Great Grandmaster level, every killer move could be casually disassembled and interchanged at will. Their understanding towards the path was already close to the Tao. But what if you add me? Wei Ling Yang sneered. The next moment, he also charged out of Edgeling camp towards the Gu formation. The injury on his right had already healed completely. He clearly had very high attainment in the healing aspect. Old ancestor Shuahu's expression slightly changed. Facing two rank 8 Gu immortals at once, along with an immortal Gu house, he clearly appeared to be stretched thin and had slightly lost his control over the battle situation. After all, he was unable to destroy the immortal Gu house for the moment, and the two rank 8 Gu immortals were also experts. Most importantly, old ancestor Shuhu had to protect the fate-reversing sacrificial refinement formation. Rank 6 and rank 7. Gu immortals could not break this formation, but rank 8 Gu immortals were different. Bi Chen Tan and Wei Ling Yang were attacking the enemy's weak points, gradually turning around their situation and gaining slight initiative. Immortal Gu House Edgelink Camp was controlled by a group of rank 7 Gu immortals and was like a turtle shell in defense, not seeking glory on the battlefield but content with not showing flaws, not allowing old ancestor Shuhu to make a fatal move for some time. Boom, boom, boom. Every now and then, the fate-reversing sacrificial refinement formation shook and emitted buzzing sounds. This was the result of a small portion of attacks from Bi Chen Chen or Wei Ling Yang that had escaped old ancestor Shuihu's obstruction, striking snowy mountain-blessed land. Amazing! Hang in there, lords and our comrades of Central Continent. Zhao Lianyun and the group no longer needed to take a risk. They were standing at the top of their respective snowy peaks and gazing at the battle above. Similarly, the surviving snowy peak lords were also gazing at the sky. Their faces were filled with worry. Is the power of rank 8 Gu immortals. It is truly astonishing and terrifying. Because of this formation, the after effects of the battle have not spread. Otherwise, we would have died miserably. Lord Shuhu is strong, but the Central Continent invaders are extremely crafty. If this goes on, the formation will be destroyed sooner or later. And on the first snowy peak of Snowy Mountain, the refinement of the purple gold rock immortal material had reached its final stage. I didn't expect that I had to use enshrouding fragrance to dissolve the purple gold rock. Lady Wan Shou's horizons had broadened at this moment. Enshrouding fragrance was also an immortal material. Using immortal material to refine immortal material, this method was rarely seen, and Lady Wan Shou also found that the essence of this method was food path. Food path was rare. No wonder Lady Wan Shou had no ideas on how to deal with this purple gold rock. The last layer of the rock surface was dissolved, and a dazzling purple light soared to the skies, forcing everyone to look away. Lady Wan Shou narrowed her eyes to a slit and was barely able to see a figure in the purple light. This figure was very small, only about the size of an adult's thumb, and it had two thin purple wings on its back. Miniman. Lady Wan Shou was slightly stunned as she recognized this figure's race. Bathed in the purple light, the Miniman slowly opened his eyes. His eyes were a bright and deep purple color. As he opened his eyes, a powerful aura leaked out of him. Rank 8 Gu Immortal. In an instant, this aura caused a fierce battle in the air to slow down. Why is there another rank 8 Gu Immortal? And it is the aura of Northern Plains. Bi Chen Tian and Wei Lingyang looked at each other, both feeling the situation going awry. We pay respects to Lord Purple. Ying Wuxi had already brought the Gu immortals with him to bow towards this rank 8 Miniman. Only Bai Ningbing was still standing upright. I have woken up again. The Miniman Gu immortal blinked his eyes. The expression of confusion quickly disappeared from his face, replaced by a cold and indifferent expression.